Welcome to MomsTown365, the daily podcast for mom creators. I'm Mary Goulet.
And I'm Heather Ryder, and we're shining a light on mom creators and along the way bringing tips, tricks, shortcuts, and breakthroughs.
That's right. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about mindset and MFD.
What the heck is MFD?
I sent you a text and I go, just focus on MFD. You sent back this what?
Because we have been talking about it for so many years. You just assumed that I was going to know what the acronym was. I don't know if before that we ever talked about it in an acronym way. And all of a sudden I'm like, MFD.
What is MFD?
Wait, is it bad?
Mary, fun, don't?
I couldn't for the life of me.
It is our core everything.
And you're sitting, and right now you're listening going, okay, ladies, just get to it. Tell us what the MFD is.
Magical fairy dust. And we alluded to it in a past episode when if you think about someone and they call you, or you're needing or wanting something in your business to take it to the next level, and you get an email from someone who can actually help you with that. We experienced it 2 days ago. We had a conversation in July with this group, and it was premature, but we stayed on their radar, evidently. And we were talking, Heather and I, okay, we've got to find our platform. Which platform do we want to choose?
For whatever it is you're working on.
Yes. We get an email the next morning, if it was not even the same day.
It was the same day.
Same day. Mm-hmm. Hey, look who just showed up and wants to have a conversation with us. That's our new platform, and we'll tell you more about that as we move along.
That's Magical Fairy Dust. And
Yes.
So Magical Fairy Dust is just that. So a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about is just the Magical Fairy Dust is that accumulation of powerful, positive thinking, creativity, and it's all swirling around. When I think of magical fairy dust, it's swirling around me.
Well,
it's swirling around you. It's you
Yes.
who you're listening right now, and just picture that all this magical fairy dust is twinkling, it sparkles, and it's just like this aura around you.
It's like raining down from the sky.
Yeah.
It's just like somebody threw all this sparkly glitter up into the air, and it's coming down on you. And it's kind of like an energy vortex, not to get overly spiritual, because it's not. It's so practical.
So practical. You sound so serious about it.
I am. Come on, people. This is practical fairy dust. How can you put that in the same sentence? But it is. Yesterday we were talking, and a vendor of ours was, let's just say, not following through on what they were saying they were going to do. So Heather and I, being the perfect team, she would say something negative, then I would respond and go, yeah, you're right. And then she would, and we were just fueling it from that space. I said, you know what, Heather, we're out of our MFD. We got to get back to the magical fairy dust, because that'll shift everything.
Right.
And then you made one phone call and everything's okay.
Yeah.
But it's a decision.
To stay in the magical fairy dust.
Believe
or to
in it.
blow it. I mean, you can just, be your own exhaust and blow it all away from you. But why would you do that? Let yourself live with the magical fairy dust. And it can be practical. Here's what's practical about magical fairy dust is in one of our other episodes, we talk about showing up every day.
Yes.
And just being in that space. So when you show up every day, you expand your magical fairy dust into the world.
And the opportunities that it brings.
It's like planting seeds.
Yes, plant seeds. Planting seeds gives you more opportunities for magical fairy dust to bring you why are you laughing at me?
I just have this Disney vision of poppies popping up and then that magical fairy dust poofing into the air. Never mind.
Well,
it's a good thing. It's a great.
It's your secret superpower.
Yes. Magical fairy dust?
Yeah, because if you believe in it, I mean, Mr. Magoo, he had a little magical fairy dust going on because he could walk under ladders. He could miss a car going right by. Or you could be out there.
And there are some people going, who?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Who is Magoo?
Did I just date myself? Okay, Mr. Bean. Do you know Mr. Bean, the English guy that he photobombs some people dancing and he's all of a sudden on TV?
Yeah.
Okay, he's got the magical fairy dust going on because he's always at the right time, at the right place for the right thing to take place.
And that is not just happening. That is magical fairy dust. Like if you keep yourself in that space and keep the positive thing, things just happen. Positive things happen when you think positively.
Yes, and it's an interesting thing because it makes you kind of have an aura of you're irresistible.
Do you think someone's listening right now going,
what the
guys
hell? Yeah.
What is up with you?
You know what, though? It's worked. Okay, I'll tell you another example of magical fairy dust.
Okay.
When Heather and I started the show, 2003, Monday morning, our kids were all under the age of 5. She has 3 boys. I have 2 girls. And Monday morning, 7 a.m. or whatever time we started our show, 7, I think, 9. We'd go in. We'd be super excited because, hey, we get a 2-hour respite from the kids and start the week, and this is fun. We love being on air together. So one day we walk in. I said, you know what, Heather? Let's write a workbook for moms so we can help them stay home with their kids and make $500 a month to take care of the gas and electric bill. That was our thing. We just want you to feel good staying home with the kids and contributing $500. Mind you, that was 2003. So set it on a Monday, put it out to our newsletter list
Of 1,200 people.
Max.
Very small at the time.
Yep, there was no social media back then. Put it out in the newsletter. That was a Tuesday. Wednesday morning,
We get an email.
from Hyperion Books in New York,
They want to acquire our book. Well, heck, we got to write one.
right?
We just said we were writing one. We didn't actually write one. But
No, we said we're going to write one,
Yes.
and she said, we want to talk to you about your book, your workbook for moms. So how did that get created? Because Heather and I walked into the studio with our energy on a scale of 0 to 100, humming the frequency at 90% of this is fun, we're being ourselves, no one's listening anyway, right?
Which is all okay. If you want a podcast or you want to start a podcast, just a really quick throw-in tip: talk like no one is listening, because they're not really. When you're podcasting, you're recording, so
Yes.
no one's actually listening to you yet.
So, like I said, your frequency can either be at 90% humming, above 75%. That's what's going to draw opportunities, more creative ideas. But if you're going to stay 50% or lower or 60% lower, it's just going to be harder.
This is what I'm going to say about magical fairy dust. It is irresistible.
Yes.
It makes you irresistible. When you are, okay, did you ever see that video of that guy who just gets up and starts dancing? And then he's like the only one dancing. Nobody else is dancing in the field.
Oh.
No, anyway, he's the only one dancing, and like he's dancing. He's like, everyone's looking at him like he's
What are
kind
you
of
doing?
Then the second person gets up and starts dancing with him. And so then there's 2 people in this field and they're dancing. And then before you know it, the whole field is up and dancing.
Start dancing.
Start dancing. Let yourself be the first to dance.
I love it. And head over to MomsTown.com and sign up for the newsletter. We're creating something special here, and we want you to be a part of it.
Be bold, be creative. MomsTown365. We want to be here for you every day.